My name's Sean Garlick. I was a South Sydney junior for La Perouse, where I grew up. I got graded with the Rabbitohs in 1988 in the under-21s and made my debut in 1990. Very tempting.
There's a chance on for the Rabbits. Garlick is over. Sean Garlick has scored.
There's a fight. Sean Garlick's rights and lefts going. Terry Hill's involved.
Look, 99 was an emotional year, and it was a strange year in that everybody knew, and there was plenty of media speculation about the NRL reducing the teams, and the Rabbitohs were in the sights of the NRL. They came up with a criteria at the time, and just so happened to be that everything South was strong at wasn't in the criteria. Everything that we're weak at was. A lot of people thought they just can't do it. We're a foundation club. We've won the most premierships. How could they possibly get rid of the Rabbitohs? And we started the season so well. We won 4 out of the first 5.
We're by no means finished, and we've got big things planned for this year, and we've just got to keep improving every week, and I think we'll give it a good run.
And we're doing really well up to 7 rounds out, when our halfback Daryl Trindle, who was having a great year, got suspended.
Shields, quick hands for McDougall. The crowd thought it was forward.
We got 7-week suspension. We lost our last 7 games. A lot of us thought if we make the finals, they surely can't get rid of us. Unfortunately, we missed the finals, and they pulled the trigger.
Again, the emotion swells up for Mark Carroll. Sean Garlick also bowing out today, the club captain for South Sydney.
The NRL has took us out of the competition in the year 2000.
It was a sad realisation that after all these years and after all the success and history that the Rabbitohs had, that all of a sudden we weren't going to be there in the year 2000.
Will hand down its decision on South Sydney's case for readmission to the National Rugby League. It's the 3rd time in court for the Rabbitohs. This time, 3 judges have been deliberating for 6 weeks on claims by South Sydney that the NRL, ARL and News Limited excluding them from the competition. Shortly we'll be crossing to 7 reporter Chris Reason, who is at the Federal Court in Sydney for the vital ruling. Will also be going out to the club. We do believe, however, at the moment that that ruling has been handed.
When we got the news that South were back in, I was doing commentary for Channel 9 with Andrew Voss, who was secretly a Rabbitohs supporter all his life. And we were driving up to Newcastle to call a game. It came over the news, South are back in. He burst into tears, I burst into tears. He was wiping his eyes while he was driving along. He was on the freeway. It was news to me at the time that he was a Rabbitohs supporter. He said, "Oh no, mate, I'm not." Absolutely. You know, I don't say it much, but mate, it's been a tough couple of years. And getting back into the comp was just David and Goliath reborn.
I've had the greatest time of my life playing with this club, the greatest time in the game, but I want the opportunity for this bloke to play for South as well. Well, here we are.
I've got 3 boys. I had one of them in 93, Jackson, Bronson in 95, and Campbell in 2000. The boys went on the march. I had Jackson on my shoulders the March of 99, and then there was another march a year later, and Bronson, being the kid that he was, insisted that he was on the shoulders this time. You know, for the boys to be playing junior league in the South Sydney district and have that aspiration to play for the Rabbitohs is something every kid dreams of doing. Wasn't it a great thing that all of a sudden South being back in the comp, and it was a dream for so many more boys again.
13 and a half minutes left in this contest as we see Bronson Garlick take the field in the NRL for the first time.
To make your first grade debut, a whole lot of planets have to align no matter what, no matter how skillful or how talented the player is. You've got to be at the right club at the right time, with the right roster, you know, with the players that are in front of you, you know, to get your chance, you know. And he actually played a trial game for the Rabbitohs just before COVID, and that was it. They cancelled the comp, and he came to me and said, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know whether I want to play football anymore." And I said, "Mate, let me tell you, there's plenty of opportunities when you get sacked, when you get touched on the shoulder. Don't be one of those guys that sacks themselves." And I've seen it so many times over the years. You know, a player doesn't get picked or he gets dropped or whatever, and they go, "Oh, bugger this," and ego gets the better of them, and they say, "No, I'm going to throw in the towel." And you can never go back. You know, whereas you get over that and you get used to that and you learn that that's part of the game, and it becomes manageable. So managing disappointment is one of the the greatest things young players have to learn. I was proud when he made his first grade debut. That was a huge thing for him to do at age 27 down at the Storm. That was a wonderful acknowledgement of the effort that he put in for so many years. You know, to do it at the Rabbitohs is another level of pride. Other than Corey Murray and Cam Murray and Bob McCarthy and Darren McCarthy, but I can't think of any others that have had father-sons at the Rabbitohs. So it will be a wonderful thing to keep. It'd be great to see him in the number 9. You know, that would be quite special, but at the same time, it doesn't matter to me. It does matter to him.